little different today. What's going on, everybody? Them bad boys of podcast in the back. Of course, you know I'm your boy Big L, and we're doing the virtual thing again. So once y'all come on in, hit that heart button. If you're on the YouTube channel, please smash that like button, subscribe. Let's get this thing popping for 2021. All right, let me introduce the crew. At the bottom by itself, I got my man Timmy T.
What up?
It's he by itself.
It's cheaper to be by yourself.
On the top, sitting beside me, I got my man D.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And once again, we are back. We've been off for a couple of weeks, just handling business and relaxing a little bit. If you're watching on Facebook, please, by all means, hit that heart button. Don't hit that like button. Hit that heart button, and share this content for us, man. Get it out there for us. We turn this NWO down here, and we're gonna get to business real quick.
All right.
All right. So what's good, fellas?
Man, it's good. All-Star weekend.
On the road again.
Yeah, guess who's back?
All right, man. What about you, D? You doing all right, man?
Yeah, man, doing good, bro. Doing real good, exceptionally good.
All right, man. We ain't gonna keep this introduction going too long. We got some guests waiting. D, if you can, man, just give us a little synopsis about what's going on and these guests that we have.
The guests that we're gonna be having on, there's some local people from High Point area, and the young lady, she's gonna come on and talk about her son. Her son's name was Fred, and if y'all recall, I may not be 100% correct, but from what I recall is he was at a funeral, and that was a drive-by shooting, and basically he was trying to protect his family, and there was an off-duty officer in the vicinity or close to it, and for some reason this off-duty officer saw fit to he shot him in the back. I think it was in the back like 3 times, and killed the young man. And and the family is just trying to seek some justice, some clarification to why did that have to happen to that son. From all the stories that I've read, the son was a good guy, man. He was a good kid, and he was basically trying to save family, and this officer shot him. And so I don't know if any kind of ramifications have happened to the police officer or what's going on with their case, and I'm not sure they're gonna be able to talk about a whole lot of it because I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot of legal aspects to this right now. But just to get a story out there, man, talk a little bit about her son Fred, a little bit about the struggles that she's going through, trying to get the justice for him, man. We stand on We Said What We Said, and that's what we started this podcast out doing, with the George Floyd's and items. And here it is, less than 30 minutes from all of us. It didn't happen to us in this area. So we'll bring them on and let them talk a little bit about the situation. And introduce themselves.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring them in.
Hello.
There we go. How you doing, ladies?
Good. Doing good. How are you?
All right. If we could you just go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm Tanika Shannon. I'm the mother of Fred Cox.
Okay.
That was my son.
And my name is Raquanda Pollard. I am the cousin of Fred Cox. More like his aunt though. So.
Okay. So this is the first time we've met, besides text, and today and obviously in the past just sending messages. I'm glad that we're able to connect so you can get your story out there. I introduced myself. I'm Demetrius. I'm the one that's been texting both of you. So it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, I'm Tim, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I I can't imagine your pain, and I pray with you and for you.
Thank
I
you.
am truly sorry, and we're gonna get some justice. We're not
Thank
gonna
you. I
stop until we get
appreciate
some
it.
justice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right. And my name's Lamont. And as I said, we've the three of us have been, the whole George Floyd thing is what kicked off this podcast for us. And of course, George Floyd that was a situation that was halfway across the nation. But this situation with you guys is like Demetrius just said earlier, about 30 minutes away from us. So,
I
we've
work
been
at
trying,
High
we've
Point,
been wanting
Dallas.
to address it. So we gonna address it as much as we possibly can today. Um, we want you ladies to speak your truth and speak how you feel it. Don't hold back. If you don't, if it's something you need to say in a certain way that you want to say it, you say it. You have all
You
the
know,
green lights you need.
yeah, we don't want you to do anything that'll hurt your
Hey,
case.
Right.
But if you got something to say it. If my minister on here, my pastor on here, he gonna be all right. He gonna hear a little shit today, you know what I mean? So he be all right. We put a little extra in but we go for the hard here. I don't cuss a lot, but sometimes I get in my feelings and I cuss a little bit. The dude with the gray beard, he cuss a whole lot.
I
But
cuss a little too, so we good. We good.
don't worry about it. Yeah, as long as you don't call me ugly.
how
I
they throw
promise
you under
I
the
won't.
bus.
I won't
All
do
right,
that. But I will start, and I'm sure at some point I probably will get a little emotional. That's why I asked my niece
That's
to
fine.
come on and be my backbone. Um, my Fred, what I call him, he was 18 years old, and that is correct. He was at his friend's funeral, and a drive-by did start at the funeral, and it happened on one side of the church that I'm aware of. Um, Fred was on the opposite side of the church. He was talking to the funeral parlor lady, um, and this detective was in close proximity, so he was aware of who Fred was. And the drive-by started. My son, he ushered two people, Vivian, Wright, who's the lady of the funeral home, and her son into the church, and he was then 12 years old. Tavares deemed my son as a hero. His mom read a letter at my son's funeral that I wasn't aware of, telling me, thank you that your son gave me life, basically, and he's my hero because without him, my mom and we wouldn't be here today. To speak on Fred, you see my shirt. It said he was killed in a church. He was killed in the church. Church supposed to be off limits. Like, he felt safe. I know my child. Church was nothing unusual for him. Um, so it's like I'm safe. I'm good. I'm in a church. Just imagining his last moments and his last feelings. He had no worries. Um, Fred was very family oriented. He was a big clown, but well mannered. I've never seen, and not just because he's my child, but I've never seen a young man so well mannered. If I would call his name, it wouldn't be what, huh? It would be yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. He was that type of child. I even got an inbox one day. Somebody said, "Your son is so well mannered. He seen me at the store, and my hands was full with bags, and he jumped out the car and opened the door for me." He was that type of person. So
uh,
I'm not shocked by his heroic actions on that day. I'm not shocked at all.
But
But we still don't have any answers. It's been, I think tomorrow will be 4 months. Nothing, nothing. No autopsy, which, oh, it takes forever. You get it for who you want to get it for, okay, in a
Mhm.
timely
yeah,
manner. Um,
yeah.
no SBI, nobody has contacted me to say anything, so I'm left in the dark. We have hired one of the best attorneys, Ben Crump. Shout out to Ben. I hope he's somewhere
Oh yeah.
looking and listening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and he's putting pressure on everybody. So now the SBI is throwing it off on the autopsy, saying, well, we waiting on the autopsy. So we called Raleigh, and it's kind of funny because they started offering people the autopsy. What's your address? We'll send the autopsy to you once it's completed.
Mhm.
Never heard of an autopsy being public record where you just offer
No,
somebody's personal information.
True. True.
Yeah.
man.
So it's been a rough road, not only for myself, but for my entire family. We struggle. We struggle every day. I've never been diagnosed with PTSD. I rely on my niece a lot. Like, I can't remember stuff. I'm not as strong with my memory right now. And they say it's probably because I have so much going on. So it's a battle. I I mean, some days I can be driving and I have to pull over because I'm so heartbroken. So it's been a struggle for us all.
Well, no parent should have to bury their child. That's no parent should have to go through that. And like Timmy said earlier, uh, the level of pain that you feel, none of us can ever express. Or I mean, just we can't imagine, you know. And it's sad that the system, the so-called system, because he was a black kid, he
Mhm.
was a black male. Um, that the system is not there. It's not showing us support. Well, I'm just sitting there thinking now, if it would have been a white kid,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? What would they have
I,
did? They would have
I,
been they would
I'm,
have
I
been
mean,
out there.
I'm just gonna say it, man. I mean, honestly, you know, I carry my weapon everywhere I go. You know that. But if I shoot somebody innocent, I'm not gonna have these same liberties. I'm gonna be in jail.
Oh no, no.
This 4 months that this young man's been gone, I would have been in jail. So I don't think it should be a divide. I don't think it should be any separate because he's a police. He should be held to a higher standard because he's a police officer. He needs to identify his target before he shoots. I mean, that's what we're all
Mhm.
taught. You know, that means you just finished a class. You know, you got to identify
Yeah,
your target before you
you
shoot.
gotta
That's
identify
a
your target.
civilian. That's as a civilian, and this guy's a law enforcement officer. First of all, he's
Train.
I'm allegedly trained. You know, allegedly trained. You know, you got to go if you got to be if you're gonna get a janitor pro, you got to go to janitor school longer than you got to go to school to be a police officer now. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not gonna argue about that. Was he plain clothes? Did he have on a uniform or anything? I mean, how did he target somebody as a threat and he wasn't a threat? Because if I see him with a weapon in plain clothes, I don't know what team he's on. So can
Without
I just shoot
announcing,
him?
yeah, without announcing himself, he's a threat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't
Yep.
know if I don't know if the guy the officer, and it doesn't matter, black, white, green, orange, whatever. He was wrong. He shot the wrong person. So he needs to be punished. I mean, you gotta punish these people. You can't have him out here just going on with his life, and you are stuck in a situation you are without your child, and death hurts. I mean,
Mhm.
that's you can't put a band-aid on that. And again, I am sorry. I apologize for all mankind that your son was taken away from you for no reason, and
Mhm.
especially under circumstances that he was trying to save people. That's the worst ever. And it's never that's never in the news. That's never in the
Right.
news. If he was out here doing wrong, it'd have been in the news. But it's never in the news. I saw an article and I read, but it was so small I had to find it. It should have been on the front
Mhm.
page. Your son should have been on the front page. This hero died. You know,
Yep.
um, I don't understand how we can just wash our blood off like it's nothing. It's like he's not important. We're not important, and that's what we got to
Mhm.
get away from. And in order to do that, we got to make a stand. We got to stop. We got to stop just putting up with it. We got to stop saying, "All right, you know, this time it's been too many times. You only got two cheeks, and I turned both of mine. I'm not turning mine anymore. So we're gonna fight for you, for your son and for all the people just like your son, that if we don't fight, the same thing is gonna happen to him. I can't do that. I have a child. I have a 23-year-old daughter, and I couldn't imagine the pain that you're suffering with her. I mean, when she doesn't call me in a day, I'm sad, and to be taken away for nothing, I couldn't imagine. You are a good person because my sorrow would turn to anger, and my anger would turn to action. I would be a bad person. And I applaud you for being the great, the strong woman you are. But we kings and queens anyway, and you showing who
It's
you are.
hard. It's hard. It's
Listen,
very difficult. I even made the comment because 10 days they had me thinking that my son was killed by this drive-by. And
mm-hmm,
my family was like terrified to the point we went out and bought surveillance cameras because we thinking, oh my God, he's killed by this gang.
yeah,
We didn't know what to feel. So we went and spent like $500 on surveillance cameras to go around my parents' house. Um and for 10 whole days, that was my fear. Like I would be scared to walk out the door by myself. On that 10th day, they called my husband and I into the police department and told us that the bullets found he was actually shot that we know of 5 times from behind. Um,
Wow.
like right in the
Wow.
back of the neck, I mean, just shot him. My niece, she can speak on that because she actually saw his body, unclothed to know.
Okay, well, Raquana, let's get your take on it if you don't mind.
Um, so like she basically said, it's very hard for our family. Um, I will go back and say that for 10 days, we all were living in fear. Just because not knowing who to trust, who was coming. Um, so it was hard for us. After finding out that a police officer shot him, it gave a little bit of ease, but it was still like another black man killed by an officer. I guess my biggest concern is my family not knowing his name, his work status. He can still be out doing whatever. And from our understanding, he was off duty, just there attending per the family's request. So, that brings on a whole nother can of worms. So it's just kind of like, it's it's to the point now where I just feel like we need justice. We need our community to come together. Because like you guys stated, you guys started this due to George Floyd. A lot of people were marching and, getting together on that particular situation. But now that it has hit home, it's kind of like everybody froze up now.
yeah,
Right.
When it's
yeah,
time to be heard, everyone is like, oh, Fred Lives Matter, but nobody is putting forth that energy that we need.
yeah. I call them locker room Black Panthers. They doing all this yelling until it's time to say something to the right people, and then they're scared. That's what I'm not. I'm not scared, and I'm gonna say this too. It's shitty that your family had to wait 10 days because that officer knew who he shot. That information should have been given to you guys immediately, so you wouldn't live in fear. Because when I first heard the story, I was like, man, dudes shooting at a funeral, they gangster. That's some. We don't do that around here. Like you said, church and school used to be safe. Those were the two places you were safe. We do know that's not the case anymore. But just to have, some to die in church is got to be like the scariest thing ever. But that officer knew exactly who he shot, and you guys should have had information. So that's another thing, man. Um, you have a really good attorney. I'm telling you, you got some heat, and um, whenever you guys have something, you let us hear, and we said what we said. No, you let me know personally. I'm coming, and I'm loud too. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to fight for righteousness. I'm not scared when you write. When you write, you write. and we're gonna do right, and we're gonna get some answers. We're gonna get some answers some kind of way, because you guys deserve it. You like your niece said, man, you could be talking to this guy, you could be behind this guy at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's not right, man. They should Internal Affairs, they save and protect the police officers. But who's protecting you guys?
That's exactly what I
Nobody.
said. Nobody. And the other day I was driving towards Winston, and I was on the phone actually with my niece, and I said, "This car is behind me and it's flicking this light. Like, is nobody else on this highway? Why won't they just go around?" Lo and behold, it was a police officer. Like, my heart, like, it was a whole nother fear. Because I'm like, what if he killed me like he killed my son? Because I'm thinking, what if this is this man that killed my baby? What if he following me? I live in fear daily because, like you said, I could be in a grocery store. I don't know what this man looked like. I could be having
So
a daily communication with this man. I don't even know. All I know is the pill. That's the only thing that I know.
Okay, so not to interrupt, but so he's still working as far as we know.
We don't know.
so the
We
High
don't.
Point Police Department, they won't give y'all any information about the status of this man.
Nope.
That
Basically told us that the SBI is handling the case now, so pretty much we have to communicate with them, and no one has communicated with us from the SBI. You try to call
wow.
name, a status, or anything, it's just because I've personally called to Davidson County to try to get that information, and pretty much you're like, no, we can't release that. You have to contact the SBI. They're handling this case.
And the SBI is not really communicating with y'all either.
I have not heard anything from them. Nothing. I did
Wow.
contact the district attorney, Avery Crump. I spoke to her maybe about a month or two ago, and she told me, she said, whenever, it's nothing I can do, basically. When I get everything from the FBI, I'll let you know. Yeah, I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, well, you don't understand. Like, this is my baby. This is my only
Yeah.
child. I don't have any more kids. That's my only child. I'm like, ma'am, I need some answers. Nobody's saying nothing to me. And she said, well, it's nothing I could do.
That's
So,
crazy, because if I shoot Demetrius, and he doesn't die, Demetrius can go and get all of my information, know exactly where I am, all of that stuff. So I don't understand. I really don't understand this stuff. I don't. I'm a Googler, and I'm gonna research this stuff. I'm gonna see what can be done. Um, I can't say that. I was going to say something that it was going to be so. Have you communicated with the NAACP or anything around here?
I am now a part of the NAACP, and James Adams, he is the president for the North Carolina, well, for High Point chapter. He is
Yes, ma'am.
phenomenal.
Yes, ma'am.
He helped organize the first march and the second protest. So he is phenomenal. He really is. Dr. Spearman, he is phenomenal. He called me last Saturday, touching bases, trying to make sure that we're handling business. So the NAACP, they have my back for the most part. I can say that.
I want to speak on that as well, because I contacted them November the 18th by phone. And that
This is
same,
NAACP, right?
yeah, right.
Okay.
That same particular day, they sent over paperwork to get started with us. It wasn't like, oh, well, we'll have to wait a few days, or, oh, well, let me, it was pretty much like, send me over the link for, the article, fill out this paperwork that allows us to work with you. And they have been on it ever since. Like, they have been a really great help as far as connecting us with other people. Literally, I made that one phone call, and I was actually in the wrong department, and they communicated with each other to get me with who I needed to speak with, and they got the ball rolling day one. So I really, the NAACP, really appreciate them.
All right.
Big
All
shout
right. Well,
out to them.
I'm glad.
Big-
Absolutely. Now, Demetrius, I'm going to make you mad. Where are your pastors and your ministers and your
Don't get me started.
and your holy rollers at now? You know, where they at? Where them Cadillacs and Lexus at? You know, see that's my problem. That's my problem. They come out for show. They come out for show. They'll come and tell you to vote for this politician, but when it's time to get in the streets, with families, with the people that build your community, that they create your community, they won't do it. They quiet as kept, scared.
They are.
What?
They are. And me, all due respect, sir, but
Oh, I'm not a
I
pastor.
haven't
Don't
had.
believe it.
He the next man in
No,
line, though.
I'm not a pastor. But just speaking on that, and it's a lot of, and I might get in trouble for it, but it's a lot of hypocrites in church. There's a lot of people that say one thing and their actions is completely different. There's a lot of people that stand up in church in the sanctuary in front of a pastor or the rest of the congregation and say, "We're gonna lead this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. I'm here for that. God got my back." But then when it's time to get in the street and be at the forefront of this fight, they not there. You know, it's soldiers like us that step up to the forefront. Biblically, if you look at all of the disciples, all of them was some trouble. All of them, every one of them was trouble. I mean, if you think about it, but we don't have people like that now. It's like people forget where they come from or what got them to that walk of life that got them to Christ. Sometimes you got to pick up some pieces of your life that happened back then to keep you strong now and to make you be bold for what you believe in. And this is one of them times where they need to stop just thinking, well, the head church won't approve of this. Well, sometimes the head church won't approve of it. You got to keep moving on with your community, especially community. If it's a church
Yeah.
in your community, then they should have been the first ones.
First ones.
Hey, whatever you need, we got you. And I don't know if the church where he was, I'm gonna say it, where he was assassinated, because that's what it was. It was assassination.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was his home church or not, but if it
That
was,
I
I'm
can
sorry.
Go
answer
ahead.
that. I can answer that, and I would love to speak on that. Where my son was assassinated, and you're correct.
Absolutely.
It's, I heard from that pastor one time, and I'm gonna tell you, I heard from that pastor of that church one time to ask me not to let anybody do a memorial at his church. I have not heard from a deacon. I have not heard from a what's that called, missionary. I have not heard from anybody. They didn't even send me a card. Okay. Whenever they found out that he was killed in a church, you would think that these pastors would come together and make awareness about my son because he was killed in a church to make sure that this doesn't happen at their own church because it could have been your church. You see what I'm saying? But when I
Yeah.
tell you the church support is so limited, it pisses me off to the highest because y'all are the ones that, well, y'all speaking of pastors, y'all are the ones that teaching us these big, don't let everybody pray over you and we gotta stand together. But when I need for y'all to stand, not just for me, because this mother is weak, but when I need for y'all to stand for my son that was killed in a church, everybody is mute. I can say about three pastors, three that has really been by my side through this whole ordeal. Three. But the rest, I want to cuss, but I won't. It's sad. It's sad. It's
So
very
let me
sad.
ask, what has the community of High Point done in regards to support this cause and the rest of your family? I mean, I know you got, I know your family's pulling together, but this is a situation where really the whole city, especially the African American population in High Point, which there's plenty of African Americans in High Point, um, they need to get behind this because this is something that could happen again. If you can, just if you can, just kind of speak on that. You and Raquana.
I'll say that I've had poor support of people purchasing the Fred's Life Matter shirts that my niece is wearing. Um, I've had poor support of people signing the petition, but when it's time to hit the streets, we lack support. Um, I feel like if it was what's that rapper name, that girl name that rap be shaking her butt and all that. If she was coming in
Cardi
and
B.
said that, Cardi B, that's her name. There you go. If Cardi B was coming on a Wednesday or Thursday morning, the streets would be flooded. When
Yeah.
Ben Crump, now he not taking no little nitpicking cases. This
Yeah.
man's taking big cases that know when Ben Crump hit the city, you got 20, 30 people there. So our community, High Point, North Carolina as a whole, we need to tighten up because it could have been somebody else's son. And we're still living. It still can be. We're looking at a project date of April 25th to do something major in the city. And I wanted to do like a weekend march for FCLM Fred Cause Life Matters. But I'm not selfish. I want to broaden it out because it's not my son is not the only one that's being killed in this city. It's been a lot of murders. I want all
Yeah.
of
Absolutely.
us. I want all mothers that's feeling this pain. Even my brother, Raquana's dad, was murdered in '09, unsolved murder. Like we all gonna march. It's not all about Fred. We gonna march as a whole. I want all the parents, any
When is
parent.
that march again? What's the date on that march?
Is it
We're
25th?
looking at April 25th.
April 25th.
That's on a Sunday.
Okay. So
Well,
speaking like going like we all in this area, Triad area, and we've seen the papers like crime in Guilford County and High Point area is like outrageous now. And even in our town, in our county, Rockingham County, it's starting to get a little out of control. We seeing some more aspects of stuff happening now, like far as suicides and stuff like that. But the crime rate in like Guilford County, High Point, Thomasville area, it's getting out of control. And you look at the situation, and 9 times out of 10, the newspaper or the media gonna make it seem like it's gang related, but it was a white kid shot another white kid about a year or so ago at his mom's house in the backyard, and they was best friends. It was an altercation. It was nothing. Come to find out, they were in gangs, and these were prominent white kids. But the media downplayed that. But every time something happened to somebody black in High Point or Thomasville, is gang related. And that's what happened with this situation. When it first happened, we first saw it. That's what they made it seem like it was. It was gang related. Because when it
Yeah.
first came out, they said he was killed by a drive-by shooting at a
Yep.
funeral. They didn't say a police officer shot. I remember when it first happened, they
Mhm.
said drive-by shooting at a funeral. That's what the headline said. And
Mhm.
and that's maybe the second or third time I've seen that happen in High Point. I think it was another situation that was at a funeral. Some guys got shooting in High Point, the town somewhere up there. And I'm like, us as black men, like me, Tim, and Mark, as black men, like what we're trying to do here is to teach these young guys how to be men, like just how to be a man. Because you picking up a gun, shooting into a crowd of people, shooting what women, children, innocent people, elderly people. Man, that's a coward. That's the biggest form of being a coward, and they people we try to teach or talk to these guys about just talking out your problems. If you have a problem with somebody, the manly thing or the adult thing to do is to sit there, say, "Excuse me, can I have a minute of your time?" Something you said to me the other day didn't rub me right, and I don't know if you meant it like that or not. I'm just letting you know it affected me. And they may not agree to what they say, but at least you get it off your chest and you let them know it's squashed. And you know it's over with. But these kids nowadays, man, it's unreal.
They just
I mean,
not
we
built
we
like
all
that.
all three of us carry,
Built different, bro.
and my wife, you know, all of us carry, but because it ain't the fact that we carry to because we scared. I mean, we carry because we got to protect our kids. You know, we got to protect our family. And I'll be honest, 9 times out of 10, when I'm at church, I'm strapped at church.
I'm strapped. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm strapped
Yeah.
at church. And according to the law, you can seal. If somebody had been there that day and that situation would have happened,
Could
that
have hit
police
him in
officer
it.
could have got
Yeah,
himself killed.
could have got him.
He could have got killed.
But
Yeah.
what confuses me after those 10 days and ballistics showed that, it was his bullets that killed my baby. Then it was the gun found near him. And I said to the detective that's working on my son's case, I said, I'm mad as hell. Excuse my language. I'm mad as hell if my child had a gun and didn't kill his ass first. He said,
Yeah.
well, no, you should never think nothing. You should never say that. But
Why
he
that life
killed
better
my
now?
baby.
Yeah. His life not better
He
now. His
killed
life wasn't better,
mine.
Fred.
So now I'm
That's right.
confused. Now I'm confused about the autopsy because if they gave you the ballistics off the autopsy, then they should get the full autopsy report, right? I mean, I work part time in a funeral home, and by the time we had the bodies, the family already had the autopsy report. So I don't know. I don't some
But
stinks.
that statement she said though, that's that bull, man.
They
His
always
life
gonna
is
do
no
that. They
better
always gonna
than
do that.
his life
It,
ain't better than
You know,
nobody
it's
else.
always gonna
yeah,
be a cover up.
it's
Yeah,
always
his
gonna be
life
like because
is
you gotta make it you gotta make it not look so bad if he had a
because he
gun for
got a
whatever.
badge.
Even if he
You know what I'm
did,
saying? What that mean?
I'm just
Because he
I
got a
mean
badge.
It's always gonna be a cover.
it may be different for police officers, but I think in North Carolina it's illegal to carry a gun to a funeral.
Because it's like
Really?
I think it
not a
is.
rally, but what is it called?
You can't take it to a
Gathering.
funeral. You can't take it to a funeral or a
School.
protest or a
Yeah,
school
protest.
or a liquor store. You can't take your gun there.
Well, he
I,
shouldn't have had his gun.
but maybe it's different for a police officer. But as a civilian, I cannot carry my gun to a funeral. And I'm almost positive I'm almost positive that's the law. That means you just took the class. Man, I took my class 12 years ago.
Man, I broke that law. I broke that law.
Hold on, let me
Keep it
look it
real.
up, man. All right,
I broke
hey,
that
listen.
law
All right,
so
Big Brother watch.
Big
I
brother.
have never broke a law in my life. And when I went to jail that time, I ain't break that law either. They just put me in jail for no reason.
that
It
flashlight
wasn't
hit you
me.
side the head. What was you doing?
It crisscross applesauce. I sat down with him. I'm still
All right,
stay on page. I'm after you.
all right. Raquan, I want to get your take on this. What has been the effect, on the family as far as we know it's a terrible situation, and it's really got to be hard on a day to day basis. Um, let me get your take on that.
I'll speak on myself first. As far as myself, I cook on Sundays. This particular event happened on a Sunday. I had told my fiance, I said, I gotta text Fred and make sure he come get his plate. And not even 5 minutes later, that's when my aunt called me.
Mm.
So it took me a while to start cooking again on Sunday because it was like, Fred ain't coming to get his plate. Even some days it would be like I would drop his plate off and his mom would be like, you ain't bring me no food? And I'd be like, I forgot. So for myself, just getting back on track with cooking, I would say. Also, no matter, and this has been this way since Fred was a teeny baby. I don't care what he did, even if it was wrong, I was gonna make it right. Fred didn't do no wrong in my eyes. I mean, his mama would have words. He'll call me. He'll say, "Bruh, you call my mama. She tripping on me," And it was always, "What you done did to Fred?" And she like, "Why you always telling me? Fred did this and Fred did that." And I'm like, "No, Fred didn't do that." It was always Fred didn't do anything. So for myself, it's hard on an everyday basis because that's someone that I really cared for. I stuck by him through whatever. Even when it came to him having his first child, I was the first one to know. He was 16, he was scared, and that was once my story. So it was like I could relate to that. And like I always told him, it's not the end of the world. Just do it best. And my baby did that. He was the best father to both of his children. He has a daughter and he also has a son, Zayden and Amelia. So even, and I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, but even growing up without my father, because I lost my father at the age of 14. So even growing up without my father, I always feel for them because that's a hurt that no one can come in and take that place. People are putting your life as godparents, or people, come in and try to take that place, but no one can do that. So just as far as relating on that end, because they're so young, they may not remember. Even myself, I was 14 when my dad died. I'm 27 now. Sometimes I still have faint moments of like my dad. Like sometimes it's like I can't really remember stuff that we did, or things of that nature. So just knowing that they will have to go through that same exact experience. And a lot of my childhood and even growing up, I was just resentful because I was just always mad. It was like I didn't know who did this to my dad. My family lived in fear on that as well. Even 12 years later, it's like you try to come to some type of normal life, but it's still hard. So this kind of opened up that same wound. For my grandparents, which raised me, my grandfather, he's very sick. Since this event, I feel like his health is declining. It's just hard on everybody. It's hard. So I just say my family as a whole, we're trying every day, but it's a struggle. And even once we get justice, because I know that we will, it'll still be a struggle because that's our baby.
Yeah.
And he should not be dead. Fred should not be dead.
And so you say Fred had two
We
children?
definitely go ahead, Demetrius.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He has a little boy. His name is Zayden. And he has a daughter, and her name is Camellia.
How the
See,
kids
I,
doing?
I didn't know that either. I mean,
Yeah, those are my
Yeah.
babies.
How
I was
how are they
so
doing?
mad.
How are the kids?
Zayden would be 2 on July 13th, and Camellia would be 1 April 30th.
Oh man.
And my biggest fear is that his kids will not remember him, and I'm sure they won't because they're so young. But that's that's my biggest fear.
They gonna
Yeah, they
remember
have to
because of
be.
you. They gonna remember him
That's,
because of y'all. Y'all will keep that spirit of him alive, and the kids gonna know they had a good father because of y'all. They gonna know that. They absolutely
this
will.
this man, he had no reason to take my baby away from us. And like she said, my dad, he is suffering. My mom is suffering. This has been very hard for my family as a whole because we are so close, and it's terrible. It's terrifying because we don't know who. It's terrible because we hurt. It's a constant hurt. My husband's birthday was Friday, and we had one rule: we couldn't talk about Fred. And I cried myself to sleep because I forgot about my baby for a few hours. I felt bad, like I haven't said your name. Like mama is still here. This man has taken a part of my family, and he just don't know the damage that he has done to us physically for my dad and mentally for us all.
Mm.
Man, bruh, I don't know about y'all, man. We got too many moms like that right there. We got too many moms crying about their babies, man. This shit got to stop, man. I mean,
Same, same.
and I think, I mean, outside of him being a police officer, it starts with us, man. Men like us, man. We got to get in these streets and tell these kids, man, put them guns down, man. And I mean, it's just he was at a funeral for something that happened bad. So if not for that, you know what I'm saying? It's just a snowball effect, man. Bad brings on bad, and just he's there supporting um a friend, somebody he knows, or their family, and he gets taken from his family for doing what all of us do. You show your respect at funerals, and that's the thing. These young guys, these kids, these young clowns don't have no respect, man. Don't have no honor. It ain't no code out here because they ain't raised by nobody. They ain't got no men in their family. Ain't no men in the street telling them, look, man, stop that, cool out. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the OG? OGs are like, look, even if you're doing wrong, do wrong right. Ain't nobody saying that now. And I know you putting off them gangs, but a lot of stuff is gang related, but I'm saying it. I mean, the gang stuff is a whole lot of soft dudes, man. They can't do it by themselves. So I gotta have my crew with me to do this, or my crew pumps me up to do this. And at the end of the day, when you in the penitentiary, you by yourself. When your family come and view you by yourself. All
That's
this
right.
that gang stuff, that stuff end with your last breath. Trust me, or your last day of freedom. All that stuff. They not your mans. Ain't nobody be putting none on your books. Ain't nobody gonna be coming to
Right.
see your mom, make sure your mom all right, cutting your mom's grass, taking
That's what
care
I
of your kids.
right. That's what I used to tell Fred. Nobody's gonna love me like you do. I said if something was
Yeah.
to ever happen to you, your friends will love me for the moment, wear you on their shirt for a moment, and that's that.
Yep.
And he always said, I have a letter, Valentine's card. He said, I promise you, Mom, you will never lose me to the street. And I still have that
See.
card. And he kept his promise. I did not lose him to the streets. I lost him to Detective Hill killing my baby.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's
man. It's
crazy.
I do
so
want.
it's crazy how we this whole gang thing that started, man. It was about protecting the community from the cops, and now, like Timmy said, there's no code. There's no code with these young boys. And part of that's gonna be my generation. We dropped the ball on it. We need to pick that ball up, and like Demetrius and Timmy said, we need to start reaching out to these kids. Because the three of us, we the OGs now.
Yeah.
We OGs now, and we need to take on that responsibility. This platform helps, but we gotta put the footwork in. Start
Yeah.
going to these community centers. We all have coached football, coached kids.
Yeah.
Uh, we all get a certain joy out of working with kids, man. So and we need to get back to that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how something that was started to protect the community, to protect Black folks, has grown into something that really hurts Black people. And I'm talking about that gang culture, man. It's crazy, and it's hard enough to walk the streets as it is, just being an African American. with people of non-color. You never know what they gonna do. But now it's hard. You can't even really trust somebody that looks like you now, and that's terrible. Terrible. That's a terrible way of life, and that's a terrible. What am I trying? That's a terrible mood to have to live in.
I'm
And go ahead.
sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
it's burning. I do want to speak on the gang affiliation thing. Fred was not a gang member. Fred wore red. Fred wore blue. He wore pink. He wore any color that he wanted to wear that day. Fred hung with people from every neighborhood. Um, he grew up on the south side of town. He hung with those people. He hung with people on the other side of town. Um, Fred was not a part of a gang. Um, Now, those people that came to the church, I can't speak for that. But even with this whole gang thing that they have going on now, um, there's older men that have these little boys out here doing all this crazy shit, you know?
Oh,
So
yeah.
where they're 20, 30, 25, 30, 35, almost pushing 40, they're instilling bullshit, if I must say the word, in their head. Having them go shooting at people's houses and doing all this crazy shit, you know? And honestly, older men behind it. And you would think that, hey, you done threw your life away and your big homie is behind bars and telling you to go do X, Y, and Z. It's not ringing the bell yet. That it don't make sense to you that he's there, he's already threw away his life, and you don't do the same thing. I'm all for coming together as men or black men empowering each other, but they're just plain out doing stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
Back all three of us then did our dirt. Like I said, we all done came back from something. But
Yourself.
even when we was doing our dirt, we had OGs telling us, hey, when you do dirt can get done to you. Just let it go, keep it moving. That's how you stay alive. Just let it go. But it's crazy you said it. Like, these guys is manipulating these young boys. That's what they're doing. They're manipulating their minds and manipulate these young boys to do the dirt for them, take the fall for them, and we gonna have your back. But like Timmy said earlier, when you hear that click clack, it ain't nobody got your back.
Trust me.
It's sad, but I don't know. My right now, like, my heart is absolutely broke. Like, reading about Fred, reading the stories, seeing the news clips while y'all did the protest uptown Greensboro, doesn't touch home until you talk to the core, you talk to the family. You talk to the mother, the cousin, the family. That's when you see the impact that it really has had on people's lives. This man had 2 kids,
And let me see what kills
and
me
that's
is, man, you got these people when Nipsey Hussle died, you got people crying, groaning. I don't know this motherfucker. I don't know him. I ain't never heard the Nipsey Hussle song in my fucking life until he died.
Me,
Excuse my language, but you cry over that. But this guy, you see this guy's mom, she stayed in the street. You know the aunt. You went to school with the pops or something, but you don't have enough in your heart because they're not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? That's our problem. We get on these bandwagons
yeah,
and we care more about a motherfucker that don't know shit about us than we do about somebody that we can help. This lady's in our community. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do everything I can to help this family out. I know some people on this side, and I know some people on this side. Between that, we're gonna get some answers on this, and we as a people have to do better as far as all this fan and fancy and you famous. I love you, I cry, and all that. That's all good. And they got enough people that's mourning for them. We need to mourn for people that's here with us, that's here
Yeah,
with us, that we can touch, that this means something.
that's right. And whenever it first happened, I made a status on Facebook like, y'all marched in numbers for George Floyd. I
Yep.
own a business. I was standing out on the side of the road handing out waters as these people march. Y'all marched in numbers. I mean, the street was flooded. Don't nobody know him. Yes, don't get me wrong. His life matters.
Yep.
Y'all don't know this man, but something happens to the same incident killed by police happened right here in the city, and you tell me no more than 60 people gonna come to a march? That was a slap in the face. Like, how point where are y'all at? I
Yeah.
need you. We need each other. Because what
North Carolina,
if your son was
Yeah.
next?
Yeah.
You gonna want the same support, and I'm
Well,
gonna be there for you.
I guarantee you, April the 25th, you will have one more person, and that'll definitely be me. I'll be there.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate
Yeah.
you.
So yeah.
got it.
And I heard you say something. I'm a very big supporter in black owned business. So if you will say what your business is, we'll come there and what I hope is nothing. Hope it's not no sweet, no, I can't eat cakes and stuff no more. So you make cakes.
Well, my business is Shannon's Creative Creations, and we do
Okay.
sweet treats. My niece also have a business. She's an entrepreneur as well. Can you share your
You guys,
business name?
you tell your business name and I'll come and support. I even if I can't eat, I'll come and buy some. That's my word. And what do
Requirement,
you do,
what's your
young lady?
business name?
My business name is Mace Financials. I am a credit repair specialist, and I also help people build credit that don't have credit, and
Okay.
I work with people in budgeting. So, I don't know if you have
Luckily,
any
I
of
don't
those.
need you. I don't need you right now. I'm all right. I'm strong right now. I'm strong right now. Strong
That's
right
good.
now.
If
But
at any
we
point
definitely.
no,
I might need help budgeting because I spend out. But what
Well,
we'll do is
her
we'll get you.
her children have a business too now.
oh yeah.
Tell them about
Oh, that's awesome.
Say that. Say what do they do?
So my children, their business is called Three Girls Time to Shine. I have three daughters.
Okay.
And they sell girl accessories. I don't know if you have any granddaughters, children, little girls. Sell like glasses and hair bows and hair clips, all
Mind you writing this
different
stuff
types of
down
things
so we
like
can
that
know.
for little girls. Little girl accessories.
pocketbooks.
Right it down.
Write it down. We're gonna get you a pocketbook. Gonna get you a pocketbook, man.
Yeah.
But we are definitely now the sweet shop. Where's the sweet shop located at?
We're actually home base for now, but we are growing so fast. I don't know how long it's
Do,
gonna
do you have a
last.
Facebook? You have a Facebook page, or is it attached to your?
Yes, Shannon's Creative Creations, and creative and creation is spelled with a K.
With a K?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna spell it with a K anyway. I don't spell too
So,
well.
so have y'all joined the group yet? Have y'all joined the group?
What group?
I did today.
This we
Yeah.
said
We
okay.
said what we
So
said.
I think I'm on there.
y'all post anytime y'all have anything. Post your business stuff. Anything y'all have any rallies for Fred. Anything that's
Thank
going on. Post them on the page. We hitting like I mean we just started this thing in like October and we got like close to 1,500 members I think now 1,400 something like that and it's growing and this is what our platform is about. You know we talk about a whole lot of different things on a lot of other shows and but this right here is stuff that you know this was the core. This was the rock that we started on and it was justice for our people. You know just getting justified people, regardless of what it was, whether it was a shooting, whether it was not getting a job, whether it was being racially profiled, sexually profiled, whatever. You know, that was the reason we started this, and it's we're gonna stick by it. We're not gonna change. You know, we may talk about different things, but this is our core. This is what we're gonna stick by, and it's uplifting, upbuilding, and educating. That's what we do. We try to uplift our people. We try to upbuild our people, and we try to educate our people who look like us. You know, and we have like some white people that's true to heart. We got a lawyer.
Pat.
Pat,
He was
is
on
our
earlier.
man. So if
He was
y'all get
on
a
earlier.
speeding ticket, he do like district court stuff. So if y'all get a ticket, you need something, contact Patrick. I'm telling you, like he better look out.
Yeah,
But we have a strong core of followers that have different avenues of life and different
yeah,
aspects of life that they can put. If you have a question about something, then it's somebody in our group that you can reach out to.
absolutely.
Um, I mean, to just by today, man, we had a enormous amount of followers that joined the group from California. I don't know who from California that's in our group that attracted these people to our group, but we're branching out. We're getting
Yeah.
across the United States now. I think we're in about maybe about 15, 16 different states where we have followers now. So
I was in
it's
the A this
growing.
weekend, man. I put some flyers out in the A.
But so but this right here, like anytime y'all want to come on, anytime y'all got something going on,
Any
like
updates in the
just reach
case?
out. Update. Just reach out
Yeah,
to one of us. If y'all want to say something, if y'all know you're gonna do the rally and you want to get people supported and you want to come back on to push this rally,
yeah.
let us know. And I see that like Mike Harris. I don't know if y'all have met Mike or not. Mike is a
Yes,
hometown guy from Reason.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen.
Mike
Hey,
is
he's a soldier.
Mike is our boy. Mike is one of our boys, man. I wish we could probably get Mike on now if Mike should. I don't know if he should link. He
Mike
might get
is
on.
phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
He
send
was
Mike a
at the
message
press.
see if he can come on.
Yes, please. He was at the press conference last.
Hmm.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. He was there with Black Men United. Yeah,
Hmm.
he is
He
phenomenal.
he one of the good young ones. He not scared either. I like him.
Nah,
He not
he's not.
scared. I like him. I got some I got some other guys that's not scared. I got some other guys that's young and if you look at them, they don't look the part, but they soldiers for the right army, So
That's what's
uh,
up.
we'll come through in it. I heard you say something, and we'll talk offline about that. But trust me, you and your family ain't gotta be scared. We got some people we can put in place that you don't have to worry about now.
I
Legal people.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
we
because
are we
I
are
said they are protecting him, but who's protecting me?
we
You
are
know?
we They go look. That's Pat right there.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That be my biggest fear. Who's they
Yeah.
protecting him, and he's a detective. He. That's his job to look for people
Hmm.
and stuff like
Oh,
that.
they can
So
find you. They can find you.
right, right.
Yeah.
So what about me? Like I have
Yeah.
nightmares. Um, it's bad. It's
We have
bad.
I don't know if you personally carry a weapon, and I'm not
Nope.
saying that you should, but I'm saying that everybody that can legally carry should carry. And we have avenues that people that can instruct you on firearm safety and personal protection. I know
I
I know
I have
I
a
don't know if these get go ahead.
I have a guy that's willing to do a one on one because my PTSD is very high. So he is willing to
Okay.
do a one on one with me.
We have a we're not affiliated, but we're friends with
Look, you see I got this
Sassy
shirt on.
Shooters. Yep,
An
I got a
Apache.
sassy shooter shirt on.
Sassy Shooters is an all African American female gun club based
Okay.
out of Raleigh, and the instructor, like Miss Latoya
Yep.
is the instructor for them, and she's the founder of Sassy Shooters, and I'm pretty sure she will. If you some more young ladies up there wanted to get educated on gun safety and firearm training, I know for a fact she will be willing to come up that way. Y'all could come down this way to Reedsville to a neutral location, and she would do it. I mean, phenomenal person, great person. My wife is joining. She's a sassy shooter now.
Okay. I
I
think
thought you were a sassy shooter.
I got the shirt. I just
All
don't wear
right,
it.
we've
But it's
we
she would
actually got
be. I know she would be willing to do it.
yeah, please let us
What'd you
know.
say,
I'm
mine?
sure Raquanda wouldn't mind doing that
we
with me.
actually have um two um firearm.
What was the other? There was the guy and his wife, right?
It was in Burlington. It was
Brothers.
one in Burlington, and then young kid I used coaching football. He's in Greensboro now. He has his. He does one.
Well, I'm definitely not a licensed instructor, but I've been an avid gun carrier for a long time, legally short time. just in general, a long time. But hey, you know how we do. I always had the one would say, but trust me, I'm always near, within arm reach, always. And I carry, my daughter carries, everybody in my family carries. I see. Hold on. Okay, hold on. That's how you want to do
There
it?
you go,
Y'all
crew
done
chief. Come on there,
started,
crew
man. I got
chief.
to go. I got to go in the room and get
Come
the
on, crew
briefcase.
chief.
Good
Just
God.
right beside me. Just right beside me, though. Just right beside me, just in case somebody
Y'all
come.
let's do a gun show
I
now.
might deliver some pizza or something. But we stay safe. We
I
stay safe.
see.
Yeah, we I mean, honestly, we carry. I mean, before the pandemic and the prices of ammo went up, I used to shoot a lot. So I'm a fairly decent shot. These guys are a decent. They all right. They pretty decent shots. But I think that everybody that can legally carry a weapon should, especially in this day and time. A lot of times, you as women and African American women, you are the target of a lot of aggression. Men will run up on you guys so fast, and that's my biggest fear, that some man will run up on my daughter, in an aggressive manner. I hope that doesn't
Hey,
happen.
Mike, do you see Mike? Do you see Mike backstage, Mike?
Can Mont
Mike
hear?
froze up.
Mont froze up. Mont doing the robot.
No, everybody freezing up.
Oh,
Yeah,
could y'all hear
Mike
me chewing
should be
my
on.
apple?
Mike is backstage.
Could
We
y'all hear me
lost.
chewing my apple?
No, you choose
No.
you eat your apple.
There we go. Mike
better
should be
than
on
Chip.
now. Got a black screen.
I can't eat chips no more, man. I'm going on a diet.
All right. Is that Mike at the bottom?
Home, but
Mm-mm.
there you go.
Don't get in the
What's
camera.
up, bro?
What's happening, family?
What up, brother, man?
What's happening? Black
What's
Queens,
going on, man?
Black Kings, doing what y'all do.
Okay, go.
How you doing, man?
Everybody kind of freezing up
Good, how
right
y'all
now.
doing?
So, what's going on, Mike?
I'm good, bro.
How y'all doing? Good afternoon.
Doing good.
Black Queens, Black Kings.
Hello.
Turn your
How
mic
you
up
doing,
some.
Mama
Hey.
Tamika?
I'm hanging in there. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's good to see my Black Kings get y'all on there today. The Cox family. I love that.
Yes.
Local
We are
support,
honored to
local
be here.
support. Appreciate y'all. I hate under the circumstance, but we want y'all's story to get out there and about your son, and hopefully, yeah, I'm upset that people we don't even know we beat the streets for, but ever since there's been an issue in North Carolina, I've been beating the streets for those I do know and don't know. I didn't know Cox, but he's my black brother. That life matters, and I've been in every event that I knew about for your son, and gonna continue to be there. As our brother was saying earlier, it upsets me, these churches and these holy rollers. I'm a man of God, but I stand on what I believe in, and that's fighting for justice out here as a man of God. There's no use me preaching the word and teaching the word and not living the word. So that's why I fight for justice out here on a daily basis in these streets, not in the church, but in these streets. Preaching the message that all lives matter. If all lives matter, we need to start showing people that all lives matter. And that's by being treated fair out here in this systematic racism world that we're living in, where we're oppressed out here. Mother, your son, people should be reaching out to you. They're not reaching out, and that's wrong. Like you say, your son was shot at the church. The church haven't spoke to you. That's wrong. That upsets me.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do.
Yep. I had not. I explained to them that the church where my son was killed, that haven't heard anything from that pastor except for one time, to say, please don't let people to come out and put up a memorial. That's the only time he has reached out to me.
I think we need to go to that church.
Hey,
And
I
I ain't been to
support
church
about that church.
since Easter '88. But I go to his church. We'll go. Y'all tell me what's up. I put on some
You just
tight
went
pants.
that night. That's what you
I put
Hey,
on some tight pants and go there.
whenever we had our first protest, he even told us that we were not allowed on his church ground. We could not start at
Oh
his church for
wow,
the
Okay.
march.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what we can do, we can
that's
stand in front of
awful.
his church.
That's awful. That's
Yep.
absolutely awful.
We can stand
It
in front of
is.
that church.
Yeah, we
Pat, we can
can.
stand it. Pat, we can stand in front of that church in the street, right? Gotta ask our lawyer. Well, he's not our lawyer.
Right.
We ask the
Well,
lawyer.
both
Pat
all of
said
us,
God
man,
wants us in
all
these
of us.
streets fighting for justice. So
Oh yeah.
It's for us the church. Just talking about the church. Churches like that would give churches bad names. The church
Yeah,
is supposed to be a safe haven. The church is supposed to be come as you are,
yeah,
come to define what God can give you in your life that you need.
yeah,
And for a church to turn its back on somebody who needs somebody to help them stand right now, you need your arms held right now. And for a church that this happened on, not to be there. I don't care about the legalities of it. I don't
Yeah.
care about the what the bishop for the church or the mother, the head deacon. I don't care about none of that. But just the humane and
Thanks,
Christian
Pat.
part of your life is supposed to tell you to be there for their family and do what you're supposed to do was right. That's why people don't go to church now because of stuff like this.
right.
If the
Absolutely.
church,
Absolutely.
if the church stood up and supported more situations like this, because I mean, you think about it, you never see some pastors on church until it's a major crime or a major incident. With George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you saw all these pastors and stuff want to come out and justice for this, justice for that. But when it happened in your neighborhood, you don't even stand up. And not only that, when you see that your neighborhood is going bad, your neighborhood is going south,
Come on.
that's when you're supposed to be out there then. You ain't
Right.
supposed
They
to
don't
wait
know
for this
nobody.
situation to happen.
They don't know
Right.
Don't
nobody
wait
in
till
the
the
streets,
situation
man.
happen. Yeah,
I have
don't wait till the situation happen.
right.
Stop it before it happens.
I have to
That
say
that's
that
that's why churches get bad images.
I have to give it up to Pastor Lavelle and Pastor Quick though. They have been out there faithfully. Every one protest I've been at, Pastor Quick and Pastor Lavelle, I had to salute them. Them two
Yes.
pastors right there. I don't know the
Yes.
other, but they have been out there faithfully. They have not allowed their leadership title to stop them from being out here fighting for justice. So I
That's
have to
right.
salute Pastor Lavelle and Pastor Quick. Me and Pastor Lavelle have an intimate relationship. We work with the Black Men United. Shout out to them out of High Point. They have created a platform up there. Right now we have 30 men in High Point. They brought me along on that team, fighting for things in High Point, and not just in High Point, but all over the triad, man. We're hoping that we build one in Rockingham County, man. Because that's what it's about, man. Like you said, the churches. We can't keep waiting on these churches. We can't keep waiting on these city councilmen. They do things for
For
I got
show.
this.
It's for
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah, for sure. For lights, camera, action. We done one in Rockingham
Yeah.
County. And I'm always calling out my county. They done one for Rockingham County. Everybody got out there and prayed, showed up at the police department. They ain't saw them since. Because they don't care. They don't
They
care
don't
about
care.
our black lives in these streets. They care about their money. They care about their pockets. They care about
Yep.
sitting in the seat and going home. See, I don't go home. I fight activist work daily. You can see my desk right now, my activist. I stay ready to activate. When Brother Boo Boo got missing, I'm activating. Let's get flyers out. Let's beat the streets. I'm
big
a
shout out.
street political man.
Big shout
I'm
out.
not one of these
Gotta
fake
find Boo Boo.
political people in these city council meetings out here, these pastors that's saying this and saying that. No, I live by what I talk. I do this on a daily basis because I'm fighting for black men's lives out here on a daily basis. Black mothers out here that's crying about their child. I was at a counter like last night, hearing a mother cry. Seeing a 3-year-old can't see her dad no more. Don't even know why her dad's in this grave site. I have to go to these moments. I have to go there. I don't have no city councilman, no mayor, no governor there with me because they don't care about that. All they care about is their family. They don't care about us.
That's right.
Definitely,
Well,
man.
Mike, give me the information on that Black Men United. I holler at some if I get Get a little extra
I
time. I'm
got
gonna have a little more time. I'm gonna retire pretty soon, so I'm gonna have a lot more time.
we meet every Monday.
Um,
We meet every Monday on Zoom.
How you
Brother
gonna
Tony
retire? What
Graham,
do you think?
Brother Lavelle, and Brother Greg Commander put this together. It's a lot of great men at High Point. I mean, a lot of
yeah,
great men on this board, man, that's looking to do some great things. We was able to present the young man that was grazed by the bullet. Help me out, Miss Tanika.
Tavares,
Tavares.
Tavares.
Tavares. Tavares with a laptop. They done a
Yeah.
great thing for his birthday. Mr. Tanika did. They're in the family. Bless that young man, man. You know, he's traumatized. He's grazed by a
yeah,
bullet,
Right.
man. The man that saved his life is dead. You know what I'm saying? So we
yeah.
got a young man that's going through some things. His mother's going through some things. I can't believe. I don't believe too many community members reached out to them and see are they all right. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
They got to
Right.
get counseling and stuff.
and my brain's spinning now, man, because I just found out that he had two children, and I'm not gonna let his children suffer. So I need
Right.
their birth dates, and I need you guys to get us information if these kids need anything, or y'all need anything as a family. Just let us know. We're not rich by any means, but I might be able to scratch up some. But we can definitely get out here and sell some fish plates.
Hey,
You know,
I just
Christmas,
say,
like
I
Christmas,
say,
oh,
I
this
say
this
this
past
right here.
Christmas we did a
Yeah.
giveaway for kids in our community. You know, and that's something right there. We gonna start getting it together again early. Oh, Fred's kids will have some gifts from us.
Thank you.
That's most
absolutely,
definitely. We will bring
absolutely.
y'all some gifts
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Um, anything that we have going on in our community, we're gonna reach this out to y'all. And
Please. And we will
like,
we will come and we will bring the kids.
Yeah, now we have
oh,
our
Let them
own
absolutely.
George
know.
Floyd. You know,
We
not
bring it
George
to you.
Floyd
It
is
don't
Frederick
matter.
Cox. You know what I'm saying? I say
Oh yeah,
this. I want to challenge everybody to invite 5 people to this protest when we come back out there next time. We need to flood the streets for Frederick Cox. We should not. We don't need to let them sleep. No justice,
That's
no
right.
peace. The same way I beat the streets for George Floyd, I'm beating the streets for Frederick Cox. The governor, the mayor, none of them should sleep. His mama's not sleeping. They don't need to sleep. So until we
That's
can get
right.
all the paperwork that we need for this mother can sleep, for this family can sleep, nobody needs to sleep. Nobody
I
should sleep
got you.
because his mama's not sleeping. So I need
I'm with
everybody
you.
that's watching to be at this thing in April, at that event. Bring 5 people. Like she said, you go to see Carter B or whatever, shake her butt. Come, man, come out here and shake some stuff up. Make some good trouble. For this
I
woman can
got you.
get some peace. For this family can
I
get
got
some
you.
peace. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all, I mean, we promote all this nonsense. Like you said, we don't even know Nipsey Hussle. I don't even know him. I ain't even heard his music either, Timmy. But y'all will cry
Yeah.
for him. And we got our own
Yep.
George Floyd right here in High Point. Right here in High
Absolutely.
Point. You won't even go out and support this mother. She's like she said, 60 people. Most of them were probably her family. Come on,
Yep.
man. That's terrible. That's terrible, Triad. We got to get better.
Yeah.
Like you
We got to
said,
get a
we
lot
got
better.
folks that get ready to hit home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you right.
and like I
You
said,
right,
I'm
bro.
gonna do my part because I definitely missed out on the protest. I did, but I won't miss out on it again. And
Right.
all I got is my word. All I got is my word. So I'll definitely be there. And I'll bring some people with me too. I got a couple people I can bring with me, but we definitely gonna support. And like I said, whether it's 19 or 1900, we're gonna make some good trouble, like Mike said. We're gonna um we got to be heard. You got to be loud. You got to be loud.
Yeah.
Start off 1 or 2, and then it be 1 or 200. But we got to make noise. We can't let this go away because what'll happen is they'll let us forget about it. Then they'll slide it up under the table, and then it'll be nothing done. And you will still be hurting, and you'll still have questions like why or why not. And we can't let that happen. If we don't keep this in the forefront, it'll sneak away from us. And I
Right.
don't want that. I want to know what's going on. I want
They
that.
don't even know who the detective is. They don't know nothing. They don't even know who this guy is.
Nothing. I know it,
None of that.
and we're gonna fix that.
It's
We're
several.
gonna find out. We're gonna find out who that is. Because if he's not, I know they suspended him, with pay or whatever because it was an officer involved shoot. If he's back on duty, then that information should be available. It
Right.
should be. Is no no charges, no formal charges yet. You're right.
No, it's
No.
not.
So it shouldn't be a reason why the name of the person that took your son's life shouldn't be known. in my book.
That's
And
right.
So
sister said, Fred wasn't a gang member. Stop trying to put a label on our people. Stop trying to
Definitely.
say people are gang member because we black, because we wear dreads, because we wear a certain color. That don't mean we're in a gang. It does not. The gang members are the Democrats and Republicans. They're the Bloods and the Crips. The gang member is the cops. They are the thugs. They are taking our lives out here. And Fred shouldn't be dead. Fred Cox life matters. I need
absolutely.
everybody to hit the streets with us. Fred shouldn't be dead. Fred was shot in the back. Fred was hit 5 times. The bullets was coming from another area. Why was he shooting towards this area where Fred was on the other side of the church? Then on that side of the church, the camera wasn't working mysteriously.
Mysteriously not working, of course.
Camera wasn't working mysteriously.
Just that one camera for my baby
Of
was
course.
killed.
Of course.
Man, this is awful, yo. This is
Man,
absolutely.
I'm getting some this some heat right here. It's making me hot. I ain't even been asleep tonight.
awful.
Hey,
This right here is making. Listen, I ain't cussed a lot, man, but this shit right here got to stop. This got to stop. This is crazy. I'm sorry, brother Mike. I know, but you know,
no,
and
you
you
good.
play sport. You play sport. You know, it's from my heart, man. I hate.
You know how we do.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt, man. And this young lady, man, she almost had me in tears early, man. I try not to get emotional and try to stay level, man. But it's so much information I've gotten about this, and like I said, I work in High Point, so people were coming to my job. I'm in management, so people coming like, man, little Fred got shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why somebody would shoot little Fred. I mean, I don't know him. Never knew him, but they were coming in. I mean, people crying like, I don't know why they would shoot little Fred. I mean, he ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they have. You know, and that's why I was like, man, what is this? Let me find out more. And then when they finally said there was an officer involved shooting, I was like, oh, okay, that's why they're keeping it quiet as kept. But we can't let it happen, man. And all, not saying this because you on the phone with me or you on the show, but everything that I've heard about your son has been positive. I have not heard one bad thing about your son. And that's hard because we talk shit. If somebody had something bad to say, they would have said it by now. Trust and believe me, they looking for something bad to say about him. But we not, you know,
the detective that's working on the case, he looked me in my face. He said, "Ma'am, I have interviewed Bloods. I have interviewed Crips." He said, "Nobody has said nothing bad about your son." He said, "I've actually been waiting on somebody to say something bad." He said, "But nobody has said nothing bad about your son." And that's because he was not a bad person. Fred, he went to school at the homeless people. He made a homeless mat out of trash bags for a homeless guy. My baby heard about somebody's house being burnt down. He cleaned his closet out, making sure that this little boy had clothes. That's the type of person my baby was.
See, and that's the thing. We always have to defend our dead. We have to defend. We have to prove that they didn't deserve to die instead of knowing and knowing that they didn't deserve to die. We always have to say, but he wasn't this. He wasn't this. We don't have to say that. You raised a king, and somebody took your king. That the person. What kind of person was the person that took your king? You know what I'm saying? What kind of person was that? What kind of person was that guy? Because the police officer, that don't mean shit to me.
Man, he was a coward, man. He was a coward.
Doesn't mean anything. If you shoot somebody in the back,
he's a coward. He's a coward.
Man, that's terrible, man. I don't know the officer, but I hope every day of that man's life he sees your son play. I hope he can't sleep. I hope he can't eat. And I ain't wishing nothing bad on until he allows justice to be done for you and your family. I hope that he can't sleep. I hope that he had nightmares. Sorry, not sorry, but I couldn't live with myself if I killed an innocent child. Because trust me, I'm 50 years old. Your son was a child. Age, he's still a baby. You got so much life left. Has so much life. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing in life. You think you haven't seen anything, and that's taken away from you. You know, and that's not fair, man. Fair is what we don't get a lot of. We don't get a lot of. We get a lot of foot on our neck and foot in kicked in the butt, but we don't get a lot of fair treatment. And that's all you asking for. You want to be treated fair. You want to be informed on what's going on with the death of your son, and that's only
Yeah.
fair. So
And it's like that's a lot to ask right now for fairness. It's a lot to ask because it's not happening. I think it's sickening that no mayor or the chief of police or somebody tell me something. Like nobody has reached out to me to say anything besides this one detective, and all he want to do is talk about gang. I don't give a damn about that gang. That gang, or if whoever they was, they did not kill my baby. So don't think I'm gonna
Exactly. They're
sit
gonna try to
here
push
and
it
do
off.
your dirty work. No,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my
Yeah, they're
concern.
gonna push it off on that. They gonna push it back on us regardless because it was them this time. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make it seem like it was us on us. They're gonna make it black on black regardless. I don't care how bad it was, but the reason he shot was because somebody black was shooting and he thought that somebody black had a gun. They're gonna make it black on black, but it was wrong. Regardless of what the situation was, for you to shoot this teenager in the back, you was a coward. You was wrong. In a discussion, no matter other situations, he was
no right
wrong.
in it. No right. If somebody breaking your
None,
house
none
right now,
whatsoever.
Demetri, somebody breaking your house right now, smack you in the face and run out and you shoot him, your ass going to jail. I promise you going to jail.
Hey,
You know that.
bro, at the law, at the change now. Long
And
as his
everything.
hands ain't got nothing in it, I can
Family
Uh,
buck him.
well,
gonna
I'm gonna
get
If
tell
it.
his
you,
hands is free,
I'm just
if his
gonna
hands
tell you
is free, he
personally.
getting done.
Personally, I don't care nothing about no law. You come in this room and you got no key. I got to have you. I got to have you. We're gonna have some lunch in here.
But you know, going back to, I know y'all can't get into much of the legalities and stuff now. Y'all basically still waiting on forensics and SBI and all that before you move forward. So is that the next step for y'all to getting justification? Is kind of it's jacked up to even say that because you shouldn't even be seeking justification.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? You shouldn't even be seeking it. You shouldn't even be in a situation to be seeking it. It should have been done and
You're
dealt with
right.
then.
Well,
It should
Demetrius,
right then. It should have been done and dealt with.
it's two ways they're gonna go. They right now they're looking. The family is looking and wanting some criminal done. After that,
Yeah.
even if you don't win, and I'm not a lawyer by any means, if you don't win
Pretty much.
the criminal case, you can do a civil case on a wrongful death suit or anything. But what we need to do is not let this person get away with this.
That's
Yeah,
right. And you know what I
No.
told my attorney? I I don't care about the money part. The money part doesn't mean nothing to me because I've always made a way. I
Yeah,
raised Fred basically alone, and we made a way, and I'm still gonna make a way. I want this man convicted. I want righteous
absolutely,
judgment. He needs to be locked up because
absolutely.
they let
Yes.
this man keep
Yeah.
walking around. It could be somebody else the next
Who
time.
else he gonna kill?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I,
I
I've always,
mean,
I mean, in the streets, you see the little guys. I already killed somebody. I already shot somebody. It grows and grows and grows. You know what I'm saying? If this guy shot your son in the back, he needs to be in
five
jail.
times,
Period.
And the thing
five
about it for
times.
me, go ahead.
I
No,
said
you was you,
five
Mike. Go
times,
ahead.
Five
Ahead,
times.
family.
five times, five times, five
Five
times, man.
times.
I I work at a funeral home part time, and you guys don't know what a bullet does to a body, man. Five times, man, is so much overkill. So much overkill, man. It's bad, man. The, the more I hear about this case, the madder I get, and so many more questions. The more you give me, the more questions come to me because I don't know why you would shoot somebody five times, and I don't know why you would shoot somebody in the back five times. It's just it's almost, and I hope, I pray that it wasn't like intentional. Like like your son wasn't a target, but it's sounding like that. It's looking like that to me. I don't because I don't understand. And
Yeah.
oh man, this is tough, man.
Mhm.
But
And
we're gonna go ahead.
I tried to even find out, like, was he on somebody's paperwork to speak out on somebody? Nothing, nothing. Like, I've been asking a bunch of questions because the whole scenario makes no sense. He helping people to safety and you shooting him. And the lady said at the press conference, she said she could feel the wind from the bullets going across her face in the church. He
Mm-hmm.
was, she said she could see the sparks from the bullets as she was running.
Yeah.
He was
And that's
that
it.
close.
The last thing she heard Fred say, can she shut his door?
Hmm.
You know, the last thing that Fred said to her,
Mhm.
that was deep, to hear her read, her testimony to us, man, and see Mama Tanika, in that situation, man, it's tough, man. People don't understand activist work, man. When you see these mothers crying for their kids, man, and seeing how the system is, I mean, just to see law enforcement think that that's all right, that this man, the undercover detective, shoots a black man 5 times, and it's cool. It's nothing cool about that, because when you start thinking about it, if I go out here and shoot somebody 5 times, they convict me as soon as I get to downtown to the county.
Oh
When
yeah.
law enforcement do it, it's a process. Oh, we got to investigate. We got to do this. We got to do that. And then they're not found guilty. They're not. That this won't be like other cases going on all over the world. Breonna Taylor cases, George Floyd cases, Trayvon Martin cases, Michael Brown cases. We got our own case in North Carolina right now. And as I've been telling people, Ben Crump and them come in town, but what do we do when Ben Crump and them leave is what matters.
That's right.
That means, like I said earlier, these people cannot think in High Point. This mama, Tanika, and the family, Shannon family, Cox family, their loved ones, man, the grandfather out there on his oxygen tank. I done seen him the last 2 protests that I've been in. Her father is deteriorating because his grandson's life was taken. So I don't think nobody in High Point should sleep if this mother's not sleeping. I'm willing to be up for every chance I can get to beat the streets, because they gotta let be heard. We gotta be heard. We gotta let it be known that Fred Cox life matters. Because if we don't allow them to know this, another life will be taken. We gotta make them uncomfortable like this mother is uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Like Brother
Absolutely.
Barnes and his mother is uncomfortable. The brother's life that was taken, a bullet grazed his head. He's blessed to be here because of Fred Cox, the hero that he is. What saving lives, what the cops should have been doing was saving lives instead of taking a life. But he took a life instead of saving a life. An innocent man that didn't have a gun. And now he ain't even been charged. The family don't even know who the guy is. Doesn't make sense. And
that's the issue that I have as well. It's kind of like they're just making us wait. We have to wait. Even November the 8th, we stood outside of that church for hours, about 6 hours to be exact, just waiting. No one said anything to us. We could not identify his body. We were notified that he was shot by an officer, which I know in my heart that they knew that. They knew that day one. And that's why the SBI the scene. They knew that. So it's like you playing these games with us, you making us wait to try to sweep it up under the rug. But that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
No, we definitely not about to let it get
Nah.
swept up under the rug. You know, this platform hopefully can keep this fight going, and we definitely like Demetrius told you guys earlier. Anything that's going on, please post it in the group. Let us know what's going on. We're gonna do everything we can to not just say we're gonna be there. We gonna do everything we can to be there. We're gonna put foot on the ground and faces in the air, and we're gonna get this thing moving. Um, like I said, this is something this is close to home. So it really needs to be more than just High Point stepping up. All of Guilford County needs to be stepping up. Surrounding counties need to be stepping up. We've had a lot of things going on in Alamance County, so they need to migrate over and step up. And we cannot let we cannot let Fred's life be swept under the rug. We cannot. Um,
We will not.
that's right. We will not. And with that being said, we've been at this for an hour and a half, so we're gonna go ahead and get to the close of the show. Um, Miss Shannon and Quana, we want to get some closing statements from you guys. Miss Shannon, I know you are you're dealing with some emotions right now. If you don't want to speak, I clearly understand. But if you can, say what you feel, just like I told you at the beginning of the show.
I'm okay. Okay.
Take your time.
Hardy, you can go ahead.
In closing, I just want to let everyone know that Fred died a hero.
Yes, he did.
That he was not armed. He was running to safety. He was shot in the back, not once, not twice, not 3 or 4 times, but 5 times. I saw him myself before he was dressed, which I don't really want to speak much on. 5 times. No matter what it may look like, we as a community have to come together as family, as High Point, as North Carolina, the same energy that we put out for these people that we don't know. And quite honestly, probably they don't give a damn about us. We need to put forth that same energy to help myself, my family, his mom, his children, get the justice that we deserve. We have been through this once with my dad, and we did not receive justice. It's been 12 years. So my family cannot afford to go through the same thing that we've been through. We need change, and we need you guys' help. And you may think that it's all taken care of, but even just a simple call to see how you're doing, do you need anything? We need help. And I appreciate you guys allowing us to come on tonight, just to spread more awareness about our situation, because Fred should not be dead. Fred Cox's life does matter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Brother Mike, you got anything you want to say real quick, man?
I want to say thank y'all, three Black Kings, for allowing these two Black Queens to come on and tell the world about Fred Cox's life, to tell about this thug, criminal cop that needs to be convicted for killing
The
a
real
hero,
game.
for killing a real black king that was doing right out here and trying to get a label put on him when he's dead. That's just terrible. I say April the 25th. If I don't have the date messed up, I would challenge so many people. I don't even want to put a number. I just want to just challenge that y'all, we support this mother like no ever. And not just after and not just on the 25th, but after the 25th, because I've adopted Mama Tanika. I mean, she can't get rid of me. That family can't get rid of me. Anytime there's something, I'm gonna be there. I'm challenging the rest of the community, the triad, the world, as she just said earlier. We have marched for people we don't even know. Why we can't march for our own local people? But more than that, on the 25th, past the 25th, we need to be signing petitions. We need to be doing whatever Miss Shannon and this family needs to get justice. Like I stated earlier, and I'm not going to talk no more, but this mom's not sleeping well. High Point should be sleeping well. And I'm going to say this again. This mom's not sleeping. High Point shouldn't be sleeping. Fred shouldn't be dead.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate
much.
that, Brother Mike. Miss Shannon, did you want to speak?
No, I just appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
No, we thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Mom. We love you. We got you back.
Fred should not be dead.
Fred should not be
Fred
dead.
should not be dead.
He should not be dead.
Man.
Right. Miss Shannon, Raquana, and Mike, we definitely appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Like I said, the three of us, we're gonna keep you guys in our prayers. We definitely, we like I said, we gonna do everything we can to get to that march.
Thank
Honestly, while I'm sitting here, man, I'm kind of thinking maybe we can do a live show from the march. I don't know. We
What
may try to do that, but we want to make our presence felt. We want to get this out there. We ain't the biggest platform in the world, but we know how to ruffle a few feathers.
oh yeah.
So with that being said, I definitely want to thank you, ladies, for coming on. Brother Mike, it's always a pleasure. I know you always gonna bring the pain, and we bid you guys a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you for having
All
us.
right.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
All right,
you,
bro.
bro.
Thanks, bro.
Y'all doing great work.
All right, brothers. That was some real shit right there. I guess.
Man.
Oh boy, that was some real shit right there.
It's tough right here, dog.
Well, who you tell? Oh,
Man. Oh man. Well, I guess I'll start it off. I learned a lot. I mean, you heard about the case.
Before you started off, Timmy. Let's seriously kick around that idea about doing something at that march.
Listen, find out where it is. We
Wait.
there. Period. That ain't nothing we got to think about it. We there.
Show up, Let's
If it's a march, we'll record the whole march. What April 25th, whatever they do, we're gonna be there. If at all possible, if our jobs allow. And if I can put in that date now and make guarantee I have it all.
it's on Sunday, so I'm
I'm off on Sundays and I'm off on Sunday. I might need to take the Monday off. But I'm off on Sunday, so I know I'm good. So that day is not a problem for me.
No, you can't have the red cups out there.
No red cups. You can have a sports bottle though.
All right, man. But go ahead, Timmy. We didn't get to talk about your topic, but we'll say
we'll say that topic. We'll say anybody look at it that thought that heat was gonna come tonight. Y'all, I want all the smoke on that. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna advertise that.
yeah, advertise that one because that's coming.
What was it? What was it?
Oh,
Come
me,
on, bro.
come
You ain't
on, man.
seen that?
Come on, man.
You
Come
ain't
on,
seen
man.
What was it?
That's 2 days strong, man. It's been 2 days strong.
It was on
You
your
ain't
page.
the only one in
You,
there swinging.
listen, though. Mom went out there by his side. You know, you see your boy fighting. It's
It was on
remember
your
when
page. It was on your page.
was it
Yeah, it's
Juice
on
when
every page.
when they saw Bishop over there, they saw Bishop getting ready to fight with Ramirez and kept walking. Hey, mom was Bishop. I was like, hey, I'm still
No,
anyway. I'm still, but
I think I see what you're saying. This is what
yeah,
y'all get. Is that what's one you talking about? This is what y'all get.
No, it was
nah, it was
why
it's
you
been
get
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to look it
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna look it
I
up.
had to go through
Anyway,
It's
all
on
this.
your page though. It's on your
yeah,
page,
yeah,
your personal page. Okay,
yeah,
Give me
okay.
space.
yeah.
Look, when we talk about it, I'm gonna send that link out to some of them ladies. And I'm gonna see if they want to come
It,
on.
see they come on. See they come on and talk their jazz.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
if
anyway,
you're watching, yeah, we coming. We
yeah,
coming.
for real, for real.
Y'all got a couple of weeks to get your
Yeah,
script.
get your stuff together. Write it down. Don't forget it.
All
Um,
right, go ahead, man.
as far as this right here, man. I honestly learned a lot about this case, man. And you don't. I mean, you hear it and you kind of numb to it because it happens a lot. But to hear his mom cry, man, and hear her pain, man, it did something to me, man. It did something to me, and what it did is woke me up and told me that I wasn't doing all that I can do in the community, and just not on this as far as this case, just in general. I feel like we owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to this lady and this mother and his kids, man, to help get to the bottom of this, man. To help get us some answers, man. If you make enough noise, trust me, they'll answer. They have to answer. Just her, they can push her off and all of that. But they if you got 300 or 400 people every day at the police department or every day somewhere, they're gonna ask some questions. I remember distinctly Black Lives Matter shutting down Windover. I personally was at a rally at Bojangles. We protested Bojangles, and it was more than 20 people there. How can a young man die and they have a protest and there's 20 people there? That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And I hadn't said black man. I'm just saying a young man, period, die for no reason. And nobody will come and support the family. And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna look at the article. I'm gonna look at the article, and I'm gonna see what church that he got shot at, I'm gonna see the pastor's name of that church. And every day, I'm gonna say the pastor of this church by name did not want this family to start their march from his church where her son's life ended. He didn't want to. He didn't want them to start there. Uh, I don't know a lot about ministers and pastors and all that stuff because I don't go to church a lot. But I think that if I was a pastor of a church and somebody died at my church, his mom would be welcome at that church. Whatever they did outside of, anything peaceful they did or any kind of gathering or visual that they wanted to do at the church, I would allow it. Just me, but I'm not a pastor. I guess that's why I'm not a pastor. But I got a real bone to pick with pastors and ministers and all these sedity people that's supposed to be for the people and for the community and not saying a word. I have a problem with them, and I'll look them in the eye and tell them I had a problem with you all. You quick to say young guys, not this, not that. When it's you that ain't shit. You had the power and the platform and the voice to say something. You won't say nothing. So again, you ain't shit. That's to whom it may concern. Timothy Thomas. Not scared, but we definitely as a group as a group and as individuals have to make sure this stuff is not okay. When it starts happening a lot, people start to think it's okay. It's okay. Your dog, dog keep coming and shitting in your yard. First time you mad, second time, and then you get used to it. But we can't get used to it. We gotta keep smelling the shit, and this smell like shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna stay on long. I'm very upset. April 25th, once they get all the logistics together, we're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna march for Mr. Fred Cox, young man. Again, perfect word, said he was assassinated in High Point at a church. Say he's assassinated because he was shot 5 times in the back. So I agree with that description. I agree with that the verbiage of that it was definitely assassination. So I'm not gonna rest until his mom can rest, till he can rest. Young man has two children. We're not gonna let them hurt because their father's not gonna be in their lives for as long as they live. So we can't just be okay with that. So I'm done. Y'all guys go ahead. I appreciate the time, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man, this one right here was tough, man. This was, we when the George Floyd situation happened, Breonna Taylor, all of them, Tariq, uh, when they all happened, we all was extremely like emotional, but it was a disconnect emotion to it. I would say they are a disconnect, but it was a disconnect and a connect emotion. It was a disconnect because we weren't really close. We didn't know them. We didn't know anything about them. But it was a connect emotion because African Americans, black men, black women, you know what I'm saying? But this right here, man, this is home. You know what I'm saying? This is home. We might not knew this guy. We don't know his mother, his cousins. We don't know them, but this is home. This happened here. And just to see the pain that she was going through as a mother, man, that did it for me right there. That broke me right there because I'm just sitting here thinking about my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, how would I feel? How could I handle it? Could I be the strong person like she is right now if it was mine? You know what I'm saying? How would Cicely take it? You know what I'm saying? How could we maintain our daily lives knowing that we still had to support? We had to make sure that our other kids, or if our kids had kids, would be able to maintain or keep focus or remember their father or their mother, which would be one of my kids. How would I handle that? And I don't know right now. I don't know if I could right now. You know what I'm saying? It would be hard for me to do that. But for a while now we've been trying to get Mr. Nika on. Um I'm glad that today we were able to get her on and get her story out. I'm with Timmy. Uh, we definitely we have an obligation now to support this cause. It's not just us trying to promote the We Said What We Said or get our name out there. We have an obligation as men, as black men now, to support this and push this cause for her and her family. You know what I'm saying? She's at this point, that's what they need. They don't need people just to call them, say, they need people that's gonna fight for them. Because it's a tough road. They got to go on this road that they on. This is a hard road. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't do it by themselves, man. So we are obligated now as the men that we are to help fight this fight. Brother Mike doing a phenomenal job, man. I know that each one of us have our own personal issues that we deal with, but when stuff like this happens, it kind of make our issues seem a little minute than when you have to bury your child. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the thing. It's nothing. It's like they helpless right now. There's nothing that they can do about it. They waiting. You're in limbo, and to be in that situation is unimaginable. But like we said earlier, we started this platform to get the word out there, and we say what we say, and we do what we do. When we say something on the show, we do it. Some things take longer than others to get into place, but we eventually get around to them and get it done. And man, it's just I love y'all guys, man. Y'all my brothers. Uh, my heart goes out to their family. Um, I commend Brother Mike, everybody that's supporting their family, stand up on the front lines. Attorney Crump, man, it is pushing forward. Um, and so I know that we're gonna have a brother of mine coming on in a couple of weeks to discuss some things. And we all know brother of mine, and I'm pretty sure that the nation would be, they probably nipping at the bits just to be part of this. I'm not sure if they are or not, but brother of mine is one of us, man. And I know that he probably feel the same way we do about this situation, if not stronger. So, but for me, man, my heart goes out to their family, to them kids, and man, that's it, man. It was a hard one tonight.
All right, bro. I appreciate that. Good words. Good words. Good words. For me, man, it's oh man, the hardest part about tonight is actually watching that mother cry. We actually sitting here watching her cry when her son should be here. Her son is working as a hero, trying to protect people, and an officer takes his life because it's misjudgment or whatever, murder, assassination, whatever the hell you want to call it, bad judgment, and to know that he's, I guess, still on the force, hadn't been charged, hadn't been taken off the force, ain't even not even a fucking desk job. I mean, that goes back to the things that were said earlier, that how the system has failed us, and it seems like the system only fails us. It don't fail nobody fucking else. It always fails us. It always fails black people. When shit hit the fan, we got to be the ones to clean it up, and then there's no reparation for it, and it's constantly happening over and over and over and over. It's fucking sickening. I really get sick and tired of seeing it and hearing it, and nothing's being done. We started this, as we've said many times, not just today, but prior to today. We started this because of the George Floyd incident, where we actually watched a man die, piss on himself, caught with a knee on his neck. We hadn't even, and even that shit is being swept under the rug a little bit. But this shit is close to home. This shit is here. This shit is fucking 25 minutes down the road from me. This, you know, right there at the bottom of the screen, it says we calling the triad out. That means everybody got to show up. Everybody needs to show up. Today was a little bit of history for this platform, because we actually had an actual family who has dealt with that shit. that's having to live through this shit. We had them on. That's a little history for us. So, and as Demetrius said and Timmy said, you know, we say what we say, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So best believe we're gonna do everything we can to be out there on April 25th. Whether we doing the show or whether we marching, we gonna fucking be there. But I need the triad to be out there. I need motherfucking Kernersville. And yeah, I'm cussing. I need Kernersville to be out there. I need Greensboro to be out there. I need Alamance County to be Burlington. Get your asses out there. Graham, get your asses out there. Reedsville, get in your damn car and come down the road. If it's a damn party, you'll take it. If it's G-Ho,
Damn
you
right.
bring your ass to Greensboro. You
Damn
bring your
right.
ass to Greensboro for that. It's good to party and have a good time, but sometimes we gotta tighten the fuck up. And we gotta come out and support shit. Or this shit just gonna keep happening. This shit gonna keep happening. I'm 48 years old. I remember Rodney King getting his ass beat. I remember watching that video. And I remember all 4 of them fucking officers getting the fuck off. So I wasn't mad when them people tore up the city. I just wish they'd have tore up Beverly Hills instead of their own neighborhood. But they got the fuck off. They got the fuck off. That was 30 years ago. Now they killing us. They fucking killing us. And they getting off. That man was shot 5 times in the back. 5 times in the back. How the hell does Internal Affairs or the SBI or any fucking body, how can you justify an officer shooting a man 5 times in the back? An unarmed man. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. The same way that you would want somebody to fight if it was your child or if it was your uncle or your father. Get your asses in your car and come April 25th, come to High Point, wherever this place is going to be, because goddamn it, we're going to let you know where it's going to be. Trust and believe that. The 3 of us going to let you know. We got over 1,000 people in this group. Between the 3 of us, we probably got 15,000 Facebook friends. If you were in fucking driving distance, get in your car and come and support. It needs to be more than 50, 60 people out there. We need 1,000. We need 1,000 people out there. Because as Timmy said, if you show up, they will take fucking notice. If you show up, you will rattle some cages. This family will start to get some answers if people show up. All right, so that's me. And like I said, fellas, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming out, showing up tonight. Just
Hey, I got one thing, bro.
go ahead, bro.
I do gotta give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out for Tamaya Smalls, Tamisha Johnson's daughter. She's starting it's called the Blue Diamonds Dance and Cheerlead Studio in Reedsville. Give a shout out for her, man, and a young lady that's Tamia Smalls. She's starting. It's like I said, it's called the Blue Diamonds Dance Elite and Cheer Studio in Reedsville. And if we look around Reedsville, it's not a one. It's not a dance studio for us, by us. It's not one that I know of that's in Rockingham County. I know it's some in Guilford County, but Rockingham County, we don't have any. So this is a young lady, like I said, Tamisha Johnson went to school with all us. It's her daughter, Curtis Small's daughter-in-law. So this is starting this business, man, this entrepreneurship, man, young lady trying to do right. Go support her. If any of y'all got young ladies, young men, young boys, young ladies that want to dance, it's hard for me to sit here and say tell a boy to cheer, but
You know
if
what you
that's the
said,
avenue they
but,
want.
you know,
But I'm just saying though, it's an avenue for
ain't gonna talk about it
hey,
today.
just support that business, support her and any other black business in your hometown, in our hometown, support them. Another big shout out to Lawrence Graves, barbershop man, for always offering an open door for us. Derek Harrison, open up a door, boy. Latoya with Sassy Shooters. I mean, just big shout out to her. I gotta switch information because Latoya sent a message and said she will absolutely train,
Yeah.
and she
I
will
got that
absolutely
message.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she
all
said
right.
I'll absolutely do it. So,
Yep.
big shout out to her. And man, that's it, man. Go ahead, Mike. Close it out, big homie.
Before I do close it out, man, I want to say one thing, man. I said 2021, we trying to take this platform to different levels and do different things. Um, we actually got a little entrance video or something like that. A lot of you saw it. Demetrius posted it. As soon as we fucking figure out how to get this shit on,
I got you, dog. I got you.
before
We're
we
gonna
go
get it.
on,
SU.
What you think about it, Tim? What you think about the intro video?
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah,
so if we get that, soon we
we're
figure
gonna
out how
get
to
it
get
up
that
there.
shit on, we go get it going. Aisha Ward posted something here. Let me put this up in the comments. She posted a whole goddamn book.
Yeah, we can't see that one.
I mean,
See,
if you got a motherfucking big ass iPad or something, you can probably touch that
that
shit and it'll be a
so
link.
that's the petition. I don't know. Just the link is gonna be in on the page. We're gonna hit it. I think you can sign the petition. I'm the petitions for Wallace Killer still wears a bat. I'm gonna pull it up when we finish here and see what it is. If it's a petition, I'm gonna sign it.
All right, Aisha, we appreciate that. I'm gonna leave that up there for just a few more moments and then take it down now. All right. Also, what we're gonna do, man, what I want to do rather is probably start bringing some of these black businesses on, maybe during the week if we can't get to them on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like I said, we want to take this platform to a different level. I'm actually working on a logo, so we can have a little bit different, something different than what you see behind us now. Like I said, Demetrius got a little entrance video going on. Um, I wanted to, like, before we come on, kind of have like maybe play a little video or something to warm up the crowd or whatever. Then we come on. We want to do some different things. And also, fellas, I definitely want you guys to, we coming up on, well, not right now, but we got a 1 year anniversary coming up in June of doing this show. So I want to open up some ideas as to what we can do to celebrate that 1 year. I would love to do a live show with an audience, but I know things are kind of difficult right now. I don't know what ideas y'all got, man, but definitely keep that in your mind.
Do a
That
cookout.
sound all right. We can do a cookout. They'll come to that.
Yeah, every time you feed a motherfucker, they come out for that shit.
They'll come to that.
I ain't cooking
But
but 2 hot dogs. That's it.
but I mean, but 1 year, man, it'll be nice, man, to be able to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice. Live would be nice, man. You see when Martin went live, so
Yeah, man. If we could do it live and have an audience out there and take some questions and bring some folks on the stage, I know it'll be lit. Some people got a lot of people that been wanting to come at us. That like Timmy's post rather. He started trouble and stuff. So
oh yeah, that post is gonna be that may be our next topic. You think so, Mike? You think Mike? While it's hot,
hell, I was ready for it today, but
I was ready to get stupid today too, man. You say I ain't drinking. I have my water and an apple. I was gonna get in. I want all the smoke. I want some energy.
All right, man. But getting back to it, man, we want to do some different things. We want to have some black businesses on, promote them. We got a lot of black businesses in our community. We're gonna reach out and try to brand this thing out to other communities. So we're gonna do what we can to make it bigger and better. Anybody out there that's watching, if you got any ideas, please feel free to send them to us, inboxes or whatever. Um, don't be in the inbox trying to talk no shit because you know how we are. We'll get drunk and we'll talk shit right back, and
Absolutely.
we'll follow it with the hashtag. We said what we said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Uh,
And the middle finger emoji.
you know,
and like and
Shit.
all right, fellas. Well, that's it for us, man. Bad boys of podcasting. We about to get out of here. So for my man, Mr. Timmy T, and for my man D, we
Fred
appreciate
life matter, man. Fred's life matter.
definitely Fred Lives Matter.
Definitely.
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We definitely appreciate Fred's family members coming on tonight and talking with us. I want to send a big shout out. I appreciate Brother Mike for coming on. Um, future episode. Just a heads up, we definitely gonna attack that depression episode. Um,
Got it locked in, dog. Already
so
got it.
I
Got it
posted
locked
something
in.
in the group.
I got a psychiatrist locked in, dog.
Yeah, I posted something in the group this week about I Am Athlete, that podcast. Watching that one, man, that really kind of struck home for me. And you know, we want to talk about, depression with black men and especially black men and black women and just moving on to, make sure everybody good. You know what I'm saying? All right, so fellas, I appreciate it. I love y'all, man. And as always, we said what we
Say what
said.
we said.
Say what said, baby. Y'all be easy,
Peace.
bro. Have a good week, man.
All right, bro.
You too,
Be easy.
bro. Take it easy.
All right.
New world order.